Welcome to the History Kernel, where we bring the past to life. Today, we're diving into a gripping chapter of World War II, the 7th Army Air Force's operations in the Pacific, showcasing the P-47 Thunderbolts of the 318th Fighter Group in the Marianas campaign. From catapult launches off carriers to the first combat tests of napalm and rockets, this film captures historic firsts, filmed during actual missions, and with some staged scenes for clarity. Before we start, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and drop a comment to share your thoughts on this incredible history. It really helps us keep these stories alive. In 1944, the Marianas Islands, located about 3,200 miles from Hawaii, became a pivotal battleground in the U.S. island hopping strategy to close in on Japan. Saipan, Tinian, and Guam were key targets in this campaign, known as Operation Forager. Capturing these islands was crucial because they provided air bases within striking distance of the Japanese homeland, around 500 miles away, allowing the new B-29 Superfortress bombers to launch direct attacks on Japanese cities and industrial centers. This marked the first major breach of Japan's inner defensive perimeter, leading to the resignation of Prime Minister Hideki Tojo and shifting the momentum of the Pacific War. The battles were fierce. Saipan fell after intense fighting from June 15th to July 9th, 1944, with over 3,000 American deaths and massive Japanese losses, including tragic civilian mass suicides. Tinian, captured from July 24th to August 1st, became famous not only for its role in the campaign, but also as the launch site for the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Guam, recaptured from July 21st to August 10th, after being seized by Japan in 1941, served as a vital naval and air hub, securing supply lines and supporting further advances toward the Philippines and Okinawa. At the heart of the 7th Army Air Force's efforts in this campaign were the P-47 Thunderbolts of the 318th Fighter Group. The P-47, affectionately nicknamed the Jug, for its bulky, jug-like fuselage, was a remarkable aircraft designed by Republic Aviation in Farmingdale, New York. Its development began in 1940 under the leadership of Chief Designer Alexander Kartveli, with the prototype making its first flight on May 6, 1941. It entered U.S. Army Air Force's service in 1942, just in time to play a starring role in the war. What made the P-47 unique was its sheer size and ruggedness. It was the heaviest single-engine fighter of World War II, weighing up to 17,500 pounds, fully loaded. This heft came from its robust construction, featuring thick armor plating around the cockpit and vital systems, allowing it to absorb tremendous damage from enemy fire and still bring its pilots home safely. Stories abound of P-47s returning from missions with large sections of wings or fuselage shot away, a testament to its durability. Powered by the massive Pratt & Whitney R2800 double wasp radial engine, delivering over 2,000 horsepower, the P-47 boasted a top speed of more than 430 miles per hour and excelled at high altitudes thanks to its advanced turbo supercharger system. This technology compressed air for the engine, maintaining performance up to 30,000 feet, making it ideal for escorting bombers on long-range missions. Offensively, it was a beast. Armed with 8 50 caliber Browning machine guns in the wings, it could unleash a devastating hail of bullets. As a fighter bomber, it carried up to 2,500 pounds of bombs or rockets, plus drop tanks for extended range. In the Marianas, these capabilities shone in ground attack roles, where P-47s provided close air support, strafing enemy positions and neutralizing airfields, roles that were critical since no Japanese aircraft challenged them in the skies. This film, made possible through the cooperation of the 318th Fighter Group, the 804th Engineer Aviation Battalion, and the 45th Fighter Squadron, documents these operations. Note that to bridge gaps in footage from Saipan, some scenes like P-47 formations, dives, strafing, and firebomb runs were staged on Oahu with the 45th Squadron. All other aerial strike sequences were captured by wing cameras during actual combat missions. The story begins at Pearl Harbor on May 27, 1944, where the 804th Engineers loaded massive piles of airfield construction equipment onto LSTs, bulldozers, graders, and power vehicles, essential for turning captured strips into operational bases. An advanced contingent of P-47 mechanics joined them, ensuring readiness upon arrival. Meanwhile, at Bellows Field on Oahu, the 318th Fighter Group overhauled their Thunderbolts, checking landing gears, engines, and armament. Planes bore colorful names like Peter the Wolf, Betty Co-Ed, and Little Paduzzi, reflecting the pilots' personalities. The 73rd and 19th Fighter Squadrons lined up for final inspection by Colonel L.M. Sanders and Major Harry McAfee, with 72 planes ready in double rows. On June 1st, the P-47s were loaded onto the USS Manila Bay and USS Natoma Bay at Ford Island, a collaborative effort between Air Force mechanics and Navy personnel. The carriers sailed on June 5th, followed by the rest of the 318th on June 6th, embarking on a convoy route past Kwajalein and Eniwetok. By June 17th, off Saipan, the fleet faced enemy fire, with geysers erupting near ships as LSTs unloaded troops and equipment amid gunfire ashore. Upon arrival at Aslito Airfield on June 18th, the ground crew encountered devastation: dead Japanese soldiers, wrecked aircraft, demolished hangars, and unexploded ordnance. The 804th Engineers cleared the area, building temporary shelters from canvas, corrugated metal, and scrap. A Japanese building became a makeshift hospital, treating American wounded, civilians, and even Japanese prisoners. Those prisoners assisted by moving 50-gallon drums of aviation fuel, some poured into underground storage troughs. By June 22nd, Aslito, renamed Isley Field, was operational. Word flashed to the carriers 60 miles offshore, and on June 23rd, Major John Hussey briefed the 73rd Squadron pilots. Planes were prepped with belly tanks, and in a historic first for Army fighters, P-47s were catapulted off the decks without incident every 2 minutes. Formations of 2, 3, and 12 flew the 60 miles to land at Isley, with the 19th Squadron arriving first, followed by the 73rd and 333rd, totaling over 100 aircraft. Pilots inspected captured Japanese planes, some intact, others destroyed. 4 days later, the rest of the 318th arrived, digging foxholes, receiving mail, and setting up shelters amid sniper threats. Daily life included writing letters, haircuts, and cleaning weapons, with alert lists posted. The Thunderbolts' primary role was air defense, but with no enemy aircraft, they focused on ground support and airfield neutralization. This campaign saw several firsts. P-47s catapulted from carriers, the 7th AAF's first Thunderbolts in combat, first rocket firings, and the inaugural combat tests of napalm firebombs. Footage shows P-47s diving, dropping napalm on buildings, igniting massive flames, and strafing Tinian's troops and anti-aircraft positions amid heavy return fire. Back at Isley, activity buzzed. Spotters watched the skies, P-47s buzzed the field, landed, and taxied to dispersal. Pilots debriefed, checking maps, while mechanics repaired damage, like a 40 million hole in a wing from a Pagan Islands raid. Losses totaled 18, 6 combat, 12 operational, with scenes of crashes, fires, and memorial services. As dusk fell, P-47s and P-61s took to the skies, their lights piercing the sunset. That's the story of the 318th Fighter Group's heroic efforts in the Marianas, a testament to courage and innovation in World War II. If you enjoyed this journey, please like this video, subscribe to the History Kernel, and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss our next story. Drop a comment below, tell us what you think, or share your own family's WW2 stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next chapter of history.